Hello my beauties, today I have created this bronze look for a special occasion that you're going out on a vacation or you are attending a wedding. This kind of a glowy makeup and a bronzy tone, it's gonna look beautiful, and I've created some curls for it so it gives a vibe that we are just like having a bougie makeup day. So if you like this makeup look, please keep on watching and give me lots of love. Let's begin with the skin prep. I'm going to mix Aveeno and these bronze drops from MAC. I'm going to mix it in and I'm going to create a concoction so that we can have a beautiful bronze glow. Getting a little bit of moisturizer and 2 drops. I'm just going to, I'm putting, it's splitting everywhere, you guys. I'm just mixing the whole moisturizer in the bronzing drops, and look at the glow I'm getting. It looks like I'm tanned, right? We are going to start with the foundation, and I'm using House Labs foundation. This is in the shade 300. I just need 1 pump at the moment. Before I start my eye makeup, I need a little bit of clean palette, and you can get the idea how much amount of eyeshadow is supposed to be used. So I'm placing it with the dotting method, and let's start to blend our foundation. I'm using a clean brush. It's a flat brush. It is basically used for contour, but I'm going to use it for foundation blending. And this House Labs foundation is a it's a very thin foundation, and it is made up of 3 different silicones. That is why the name is House Labs Triclone Skin Foundation. It's a very thin formula, but it's a full coverage. I mean, look at that. Please tell me the newer technology of the foundations is so good that you don't feel like you're wearing lots of makeup, and it does the job of hiding our uneven skin and give us beautiful finish. Okay, and now I'm going to blend it on my neck as well, like so. This foundation, it doesn't sit fast. I mean, it doesn't dry up faster. It takes time. So it's a good thing and a bad thing, because sometimes you need to speed up your makeup process, but since the foundation takes time to settle in your skin, you are left with wet foundation. And sometimes it is good because you get playtime to spread it around, and you get time to blend it out and do a lot of stuff with the foundation, like mixing it with different pigments. A lot of makeup artists do that. We don't do it, but makeup artists do that. Alright, our foundation is blended. Now we are going to move on to the eye straight. For the eye base, I'm going to use Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It's a really good concealer for the eye base, because it just cancels out all the creases and it's really affordable. So I like it. I'm blending out with the fingers, and then we'll set it with the setting powder. Little bit of our eyeshadow base, that the concealer we had used. I'm going to start with the Huda Beauty First Rose Gold palette. This was my first investment in bougie makeup, and I have nearly used this palette, so today we are going to do that. I'm taking a fluffy brush of this kind and we are going to start with shade, and I'm going to, okay, these are little dusty eyeshadows, so I'm just starting with the crease first. Okay, and you know, I'll tell you one thing, that even if this palette is ages old, the eyeshadow performance is so good, so amazing. I must tell you that it lacks in the drugstore eyeshadow palettes. Like, these are unbelievably amazing, buttery smooth eyeshadows. The first shade which we have used is called Henna, and I'm placing it onto our crease. We need lots of blending over here because I have erased all of the pigments of my eyes just to reinstate the new pigments, I mean the eyeshadows, you know. So blending is the key. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take a small smudging brush and the darker brown eyeshadow. This one is also from Huda Beauty. It's a newer edition, and I'm just tapping it off a little more, and we are going to refine our crease area like this. Can you see it? Of course. Okay, I'm just making my eyes little redefined, and this blending brush is really good, but the handles, you know, they come off like this. You can literally see that the handles are coming off. That is the problem with Bailey eyeshadow brushes. Even the face brushes are like that. I'm going back with the older brush and I'm blending it out like this. I have created a V shape over here, as you can see. I'm just little blending it so that it looks cohesive, you know. Again, I'm going with the small smudging brush, taking it to brown shadow, and we are going to define the, okay, this area just a little bit. Apply it, and even the lashes part. You know why I'm putting this over here in the inner corner? Because if I don't make it defined with the darker shadow, it is gonna look little, you know, forward, and I don't want my inner corners to look more forward. I want some depth over there. So I'm just blending with the same old brush. All the shadows should be mixed in. Okay, I'm leaving the central part over here. I'm not putting the darker shadows over there because we are going to put the shimmer shadows. And again, going with the old brush, the smudging brush. We need little bit over here near the lash line. And we are just redefining everything over here, and again going with the old brush and blending it out. Right, I finished this eye off camera, and now we are going with NYX Ultimate eyeshadows, and it's a liquid eyeshadow in the shade Wow Cacao. It's a beautiful bronzy eyeshadow, and I'm just going to place it in the middle like this, and I'm going to blend it out with the fingers like this. It's a beautiful eyeshadow, and it's actually a drugstore formula, but it works so amazing. Like, look at that. Can you see the glow? You know, once you place this eyeshadow, just look up. So in a way it is going to give you a cut crease, but not the defined cut crease. It's just a opening out the eyes, you know. And it's a beautiful shade, looks amazing in person. I don't know how it reflects in the camera, but it looks amazing in person. Okay, I know it's a lot of work, but I'm going to use this old Pat McGrath eyeshadow. It's broken actually, but I'm going to tell you the name of the eyeshadow which I'm going to use. It's called Bronze Nebula, and I'm just placing it so that it enhances the whole bronzy look, you know, right? If you ever think of investing in some eyeshadows, I would recommend you to go for Huda Beauty, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and Pat McGrath eyeshadows, because they are bomb. I mean, look at that. We're going to fix that, you know, when it is coming in the outer area. I'm using the same old smudging brush, and I'm going to blend out over here so that the eyeshadows don't come out of its zone and it looks little defined, right? I'm not using extra eyeshadow in my, you know, I haven't dipped it in the eyeshadow palette. I'm just using whatever it is, you know, in the brush. I'm taking a Q-tip and I just want to clean this part because it has got lots of eyeshadow over here. All right, I'm cleaning in this area as well. I haven't dipped it in any of the solution. I'm just using a clean Q-tip. I'm just cleaning the area so that we can apply concealer effortlessly. And whatever is left on the, you know, over here around this area, we're just going to flick it off like this, right? I'm going with Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS. This one is in the shade Custard. We are just going to, you know, put it over here in the inner corners like this, and strategically placing the concealer in the outer corners so that we can clean the area. And we're just going to highlight the central part of the forehead, the bridge of the nose, side of the nose, side of the lips, and we are going to blend it out later. Not now, but later. So moving on to the contour, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury contour wand. I'm just taking it out a little bit, placing it over here to get beautiful chiseled face. Okay, this product is so good, you know. I must tell you that if you want to invest in, this is the product that you should buy for contouring. Look at that, it is gliding, meshing into the skin like butter. Okay, I'm just blending it like, you know, in tapping motion. Sometimes, you know, I just do this, but today we are just going to be a little more gentle with our makeup because it's too much of makeup that we are putting on our face, right? This is heavy makeup for me. Usually I just wear the foundation even on the skin and apply the setting powder, but this is Instagram makeup. This is the makeup that I wear outside for some occasions. I'm pulling my ear like this so that you can have a beautiful jaw. I've told you earlier that you have to pull your ear and blend out your contour like this. Okay, on the other side, pull your ear, blend your contour, blend your contour like this. Do you see this bone? We are going to blend it out here as well, so that our neck too has got a little bit of contour, right? So now is the time to blend our concealer. I'm just using a slant brush. This one is also for contouring, but I'm using it for concealing. I've told you earlier that there are no rules in makeup. Like, you can do whatever you feel like, you can be whatever you want. That's the, you know, beauty of makeup. I'm just blending out all the parts where we have placed the concealer in a tapping motion, and this part to get me a long elongated look instead of a round face. This is how I do my makeup, you know, because I've got a round face, I need to elongate it. And when it comes to the outer part of blending, just remember you are blending it for cleaning out the outer part of your eyeshadow which you have placed, and whatever is left on your brush, blend it over here. Okay, there is no much of the product in this area, but you are unifying the whole area. So before I set my concealer, I want to show you that how we have changed the whole look of the face. I have elongated it by doing the, you know, contoured face on the sides of my jaws and the cheeks area, as well as I have highlighted the central part of my face, so it is becoming elongated. You have got more focus over here than over here. That is why I don't, you know, cut my jaws like the people do on Instagram, because that is gonna widen my face and it is gonna make it look a little more rounder than it is. Another trick I'm going to show you, that I'm just loading the powder on the brush like this, taking a little extra on my palm. I'm taking the mirror on the other hand and keeping the brush like this. Now I'm going to blend out if there is any fine lines underneath her eyes, because the concealer which we have used, NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, this one also doesn't, you know, it doesn't sit. And now we're going to place our powder underneath our eyes like this. I don't use puff because I hate the feel of something hard touching my face, you know. So I'm blending the fine lines over here, and I'm putting the powder like this underneath my eyes to set the concealer. And whatever is left on the brush and the hands, I'm going to place it at the center part of my face. I'm taking a little more, I'm kneading it, I'm putting it in my palms, and setting the whole face with it. Okay, that's it. I have done my brows off camera. Now I'm going to tightline my eyes. I'm starting with the inner corners like this. I need a mirror. I need a mirror. I cannot live without my mirror. So in my last video, you know, I was using the word because so many times. Today I have become a little, you know, conscious for not using the word so much. My eyes have become a little red. Tightlining our eyes is gonna give us the effect that we have got fuller lashes. And now I'm going to place the kajal at the roots of the lashes in this way, and we're going to smudge that. I'm taking the eyeliner brush. It's a very thin brush and it's a slant brush, as you can see. I'm dipping it in the dark brown shade which we had used earlier, and now we are going to blend our liner with it so it doesn't look that harsh. and it gets, you know, smudged, and it works perfectly for those eyes that need little shaping. Since we have already done our concealers, I'm going to, you know, be a little cautious while blending the eyelashes, because it might fall on my already set concealer. Going with the Hyper Real Curl mascara from Maybelline, and I'm going to place it near the roots as I taught you earlier. This is going to give us fuller, thicker lashes like this. And you're going upwards, just move your this thingy little bit, okay? If you like the lashes, go wear the lashes. I don't mind, but I can't. Alright, I'm gonna do these lashes off camera. Moving on to the cheeks, I'm going to use Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's a nice, amazing bronzer. I'm using the brush it comes with, and I'm going to place it onto the contoured area. This bronzer, it's been sold as a bronzer, but it works as a contour on my skin. Actually, it's not a warm tone, it's a cool tone bronzer, so I basically use it as a contouring powder rather than a bronzer. I'm going to create a video for you people so that you can understand a cool tone bronzer and a warm tone bronzer, a contour, all the differences that the makeup world has created. It's basically based on the skin tone that you have and the effect you want. Moving on to the blush, I don't have anything neutral, but I have the old Tom Ford blush. This is in the shade Inhibition. You're not gonna get this anywhere because they have discontinued this shade. They have come up with new ones, but this Tom Ford shade Inhibition is the best one because it's very neutral and it gives an effect that, look at that, look at the shade, right? I absolutely love the shade. It's neutral, yet it is gonna be visible on our skin tone, right? I'm placing it over here. The bristles again, they are coming off. Putting it onto our nose as well, little bit onto our nose, and little bit of blush. Basically for the, you know, bronzy look, you don't need lots of blush, but you know, I don't like the look without the blush. That's why I'm using a neutral tone blush, and this is the best. For the highlighter part, I'm going to use this shade. This is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette. I'm applying it onto the nose like this, little bit on the bridge of the nose, then blending out with the fingers. I'm going to place it over here. Okay, it is not much bronzy shade, but it is gonna give us golden tinge to our face that we need. It's a beautiful palette, you know, actually. Moving on to the lips, I'm using Debora Milano lip liner, and it's a brown tone lip liner. I'm just trying to, okay, right, and just placing it, and I need a little bit over here and here. For the lips, I'm going with Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk original Pillow Talk lipstick. I'm going to place it in the middle. This is a beautiful shade, you know. I know a lot of people have said that this shade doesn't work on Indian skin tones, but look at that. Oof. One thing is missing in my whole look is that I need a little bit of highlighting on my eyebrows. So I'm just using a small fan brush and I'm placing it over here like this. Okay, right now it's looking good. A little bit of highlighting underneath our brows, little more over here. I realized that I need some body glow, so I'm using Smashbox palette and I'm applying it everywhere. Gonna give us a little bit more of a glow that we need for our makeup. And look at that. Amazing, right? Little bit over here as well, like on the sides of the face. You need it. Little bit of bronziness over here on the nose as well. We are done with the makeup and it is looking so beautiful, so bougie, and look at this glow that we have created together. I think that you are gonna wear it at some occasion and you're gonna send it to me that I have created this look based on you, and I will definitely like it. Okay, so if you like this look, please like, share, subscribe, and send me lots of love if you can, and that's all I need. Okay, your true love. I'll see you next time. Bye.